Hey guys, so welcome back. Thank you to all my new subscribers. I mean, it's been crazy how many subscribers I've gotten in the last month. Usually, like I upload once a month, as a lot of you know, and it's just insane. I can't believe it, and I'm just so happy that people are actually enjoying watching me babble and probably make a fool of myself. And I just want to let everyone know I do not claim to know everything about business, jewelry, art, Etsy, anything. I'm just sharing my experience, doing what I gotta do, and taking you along for some of the ride. I have not filmed it all this past month, so I'm just gonna start today. I can easily fill up a vlog within a couple of days. That's the thing. It's not like, sometimes it's throughout a month and I'll just take little clips here or there, but most of the times it's condensed into a couple of days of me just feeling like filming, and that's the content for the month that I upload. So, we might do that again. I'm not too sure. But I filmed a few clips this morning. It's now nighttime. And I'll show you guys that after this. But I have a lot to talk about. So, one is I've been trying to refine my line. It's something I've talked about for quite a bit. I feel like for me, like I was not somebody that started jewelry and was like, I know what I'm gonna make. I know exactly what kind of line for the fall and the summer, and when I'm gonna rotate out products, and I'm gonna make one style and make it in 8 colors, and I'm gonna just do that. Like I'd make what I like, and then I'd add a couple colors here and there. I'm really trying to be more regimented because with designing and having like seasons come and go, you need to refresh, and I think you need to have like a very cohesive feel. It's something I know, it's just that's something I don't implement necessarily. And these are just kind of like bumps and things, and you kind of like, you're an artist, so you're kind of loosey-goosey, trying to be less of that. I'm trying to be a little bit more businessy. I always prided myself that I was good with business, and I was just happened to be an artist, but I feel like I think I'm more of like an artist in the sense where I'm like, I want to start this project, and I want to start that project, and I lack on my business skill. So I'm trying to kind of balance the two a little bit better. I've been super busy with the summer, family, friends, my boyfriend. I've just been going to concerts and, enjoying the beach, and I don't know, just, really enjoying the summer because it's so short here that I just don't want to miss anything. Last summer I had a pretty rough summer, and this summer is just completely different. I think you always have times in your life where just some years are better than others, and this year was very good for me, and yeah, it's just been nice. So I've been really, really having a great time just kicking back, and I haven't really done a lot of filming because it takes a lot of time, as you know, editing. So blah, blah, blah. Wholesale is a direction I'm trying to move in. I'm not going to stop doing my retail store. That is definitely like a number one. But in addition to my retail store, I'm trying to go wholesale as well. I don't want to pick up like 5 accounts that need 500 pieces per order. Not that kind of wholesale, just smaller artisan-made boutiques and shops around the country, locally here in New York. And I really want to expand in that case. So I talk with my hands a lot. I live in New York. I cannot help it. My boyfriend always says, you always point your fingers. I can't help it. I'm a very expressive, loud person. Like, if you met me, I'm very friendly and I'm very outgoing. Sometimes I could be a little shy, but not really. I'm pretty much an extrovert. So, anywho, what was I saying? Oh, so my wholesale. I applied to Etsy Wholesale. It costs $100 if you apply and get in. I think they allow a lot of people in. I'm not sure how strict their guidelines are. I know they used to deny a lot, but I don't know if that's the case anymore because there's a lot more sellers each day that I check. So I applied, filled out the questionnaire and all that kind of stuff. I got accepted within about a week. Maybe even less than that. It was pretty quick. And it's a $100 joining fee, and you do pay a transaction fee like you do with an Etsy sale. I'm hoping to not probably have all of my wholesale accounts go through Etsy Wholesale, but maybe for the ones that aren't local, that want that, security of the third party, then I'm okay with that. So definitely cool. I'll show you what it looks like on the computer so you can get a better idea. I'm going to be doing a tutorial. I think I'm going to start it tomorrow. We'll see. But other than that, I'm going to show you some GemVue cases that I have had, and then some new gem trays that I bought. Really good. I'm very happy with them. So let's get to that. Oh, and my Amazon Prime. So I started the trial of it, and I had the trial before, and I don't know how I didn't get charged for membership, but I got another free 30 days, and then they charged me $100 the other day, and I totally forgot about it. And I'm like, oh, you know, $100 is a lot for a membership to somewhere, but I do buy like some of my boxes, some of my like labels and whatever, some, you know, like my GemVue stuff, and you get free 2-day shipping if you're in the US. So it's definitely worth it. I'm gonna try to remember to order more things on Amazon because I can get a lot of stuff, you know, just my house stuff, you know, products, whatever, because if I'm gonna be paying $100 a year for this membership that I just bought, which is total bullshit, I'm going to have to try and utilize that. So the projects that I'm working on today are going to be this gray Moonstone, and I put these on half off because the stones I had left were not the best. I noted that in the listing, and I put them for a sale price. So this is the last one I have. I also have this really pretty Peach Man and Moonstone. This is the last one I have of this as well. Then I have a set of labradorites, a set of turquoise stacking rings, and a 5mm stacking ring. Then I have these two, which I just showed on my Instagram clip, that I'm going to be putting on the floral band, and I sold them at a sale price as well because I've just been sitting with these stones for so long. They're Peruvian blue amazonites. And then I have this gray Man in the Moonstone, and I'm going to be making a thicker, wide set band with some star details. There you go. Now you can see it. I originally made this setting, but it's just a little bit too big, so I'm going to make another one. I could have made this work, but I don't feel like doing that. I'd rather just, you know, make it as accurate as possible. So I actually cut some bezel sheet from a 24 gauge fine silver sheet. Instead of buying, you know, bezel coils, sometimes I just buy sheets if I want it to be a bit thicker in gauge. So I'm going to just fix this up and make it so that it fits this, solder it up, and then I'll come back and kind of show you guys my progression, and I'll show you the wide band when I'm ready to do it. So I've shown how to make a thick banded ring before, I'm almost positive, on my channel, but I'm just making another one. Not going to do like a whole tutorial, but I'll just show you guys what I'm making. So this is a 18 gauge sheet, and as you can see, I have cut out previously. Sometimes I'll use graph paper, or I'll use my computer to make lines so I can cut out. And other times I just wing it because I just need a straight, you know, very straight band, and that's it. And right now I just need a straight band, so it's easy. So I like to go in with my my digital caliber and measure it out because it's not always accurate. 18 gauge, I think, should be around like a millimeter. I think my gauges are a bit off. It's showing a different reading every time. Let's see. It says 0.95. Okay, 0.97. So I am going to cut this into, and I don't really care if it doesn't come out to be a size 7, because it's not for anybody in particular. I'm going to make it, yeah, a size 7. So that is, I have to cut to about 57.2 to get a size 7. So we'll mark our metal from the edge to where I want it to be. And I'm going to figure out how thick I want it to be. So if the stone is going to be 10 millimeters, I want, let's see, about, if we get a 10 millimeter stone, I want maybe, I think about 14 would be good, because then I'll have about 2 millimeters on each side, maybe even 15, because I'll have to, I sand some of it down. So I'll do about 15 and change for the band. Is that enough? Do a little bit more. There we go. Okay. So now I'm going to cut this out, and then I'm going to have to shape it and stamp it and do a bunch of stuff. So I will be back when I am done. So I'm not going to show you the tray that my old GemVue case came in, because it's just There's so much like little like polishing, the muslin cloth, it's just a wreck, and I really don't, it sits on the floor and I try not to move it. There's a lot of stones like that are kind of like, the lids pop off, it's a wreck. So I'm going to show you, this is what the GemVue case, and this is from JTV. This is the clear jars that they come with. I'm going to link them below if you want to take a look. They're good. They come with a lid to the actual, like this one doesn't have a lid. It's just open. The other ones come with a lid. This one's from Amazon. I'll show you that in a second though. But this one, the problem with these is the lids constantly pop off. This one is on okay, but a lot of them just pop off. It's the #1 complaint with them. And these have like a plastic lining, like a pillow, which works pretty well. I've had one break. Some of them get kind of saggy, but for the most part, they're good. Now, you can't fit like extra large cabochons in here. You'd probably be better off with using trays if you use larger styles, but this is good if you're like me and you use kind of small to medium stones. So I bought this for, I think that this was about $14.99. I have to double check, and I'm going to link it below where you can get it from Amazon. And these are a little bit smaller and they're round, like so. You can see, look at that gorgeous druzy. Oh, let's look at it. Oh, would you just look at it. This stone is incredible. Okay, we're not talking about the stone. So as you can see, they're a little bit smaller. We'll do a comparison. All right, for the life of me, I cannot get this camera to focus. So, but you can see the comparison in the size. So these are a little bit smaller, but the lids are fantastic. They don't pop off easily. As far as, I don't know, I'm concerned. I don't think they pop off too easily. I think they're a little bit better than those for sure. And there's foam. I don't know if I like the foam better or less, but for the most part, you know, they're a little bit cheaper, I think. I don't know. They're both kind of They're not that expensive, but they do the job. So I am happy with these. And yeah, so I can put all my little cabochons. I have to still fill this tray. You know, just one of the many projects that we all have to do we don't get around to doing. I'm not a very organized person, if you haven't noticed. Like, I have my own sense of organized, so that's kind of how I operate. But yeah, so those are the trays that I got, and I definitely like them.
So right now I have to do some polishing. This machine needs to be cleaned so badly, and it doesn't help that I don't know if my camera needs to be cleaned. I can't tell. Anyways, I think it's just the light coming through that's making it all streaky. But I have a bunch of stacking rings. I love making stacking rings, I do, but I absolutely hate polishing them. I don't know why. I love the way they look when they're done. I'm always pleased with them, but the only issue is that you have to clean them so diligently underneath because they're so tiny. So I just tend to, it feels like, oh, so tedious. But they're one of my favorite things to have a finished product of, amongst probably anything I make, because I really just love seeing finished jewelry. That's the best part of it. But I'm going to film definitely a tutorial of how I polish or something like that. I'm not sure yet, but we'll figure it out as we go. Yeah, so I'll come back in a little bit and show you guys what I'm doing. So I've been doing a lot of these like hashtag steal deals is what I'm calling them in the month of July. I might continue to do them. And I'm just trying to get rid of inventory quickly and or just get rid of things that have been sitting for a while. And what I'll do is I'll put them on my Instagram, and then I'll just do like, you know, comments sold with their PayPal email, and I'll put it on like a deep discount from what I offer my retail prices. And I figure it's a good way to get rid of some stuff that's been sitting around. And there's some stuff that I will let sit because I know it will sell at full price. And I'm sure these would too, but I just think that there comes a point where sitting inventory is no good, and I'd rather just get rid of it at a discounted price. You know, every retailer does that. So I've been doing it a lot with this month and just trying to, you know, I did it with these rings. And what else? I did it with these. I didn't even make these. I let these be made to order at a very deep discounted price. I did this when I first launched them, and then I have the price expire. So if it doesn't sell, that's fine. But I give it a chance too. I did it with these also. What else? I think that's it so far. But I think I'm going to actually start doing it, though, more often, even throughout any month. Oh, God, look at how cute Cooper is. Oh, he's such a baby with the minion. Anyways, I think I'm going to actually maybe do this with like my really popular items and like sell it for, let's say it's originally $30, I'll sell it for like 24 with free shipping, just to kind of get some hype and, you know, sell the things that already sell well, and it gives a chance for people to get discounts. So I'm all about that. I'm also doing a Bohemian Summer Loop gift giveaway. I can talk a little bit more about that in a couple minutes. This is the first time I did a loop giveaway, and I have some thoughts on it. Overall, it's been pretty successful. I'm going to announce the winner today on my Instagram. And yeah, so let's get back to some other stuff. And I want to talk about this later, though, amongst the many other things. I truly don't think I'm ever going to get sick of watching things come to life as I finish pieces. This all needs to get still polished in one more step with some rouge. This also is going to be oxidized. Oh, I can't breathe. I'm out of breath. I just ran up the stairs. So this is a gray Man in the Moonstone with that star band. Really pretty. That's up for sale shortly. Probably by the time this vlog goes up, it will be. Everything is linked below too that I show and is available. If you were wondering, this is a gray Moonstone. This is the last one I have. It's on a sale price. Hammered band. Then I have this gorgeous peach Moonstone with the hammered band. And she also got this beautiful Amazonite with the floral band. This I put on sale on my Instagram for, I think, $45 and free shipping, which is a total deal because I do not skip out on the quality even if it's on sale. And I would definitely retail this for like at least $80 to $90, maybe more, maybe less. I'm not really too sure because I have to sit down and like really like look at the materials and prices, but I'm just giving you like an example. And then a gorgeous little fire opal. So I'm going to start doing the inside of the ring shanks, and I always use for the inside, I like to use my flex shaft. I don't use my big polishing wheel. I don't know why, I just don't. I prefer it this way. And yeah, so I'll show you I'll insert a picture when I'm finished with everything. I got a package in from Moo. I think some of you might know this. I was working on a bridal order and I finished it a couple of weeks ago, but I had to order cards for it. It's something special that I did for this particular girl. I do know her personally, and she wanted to have like a thank you card. So it cost about $20 to make 100 cards up. She didn't need 100, but I couldn't do any less than that. And I'm really not savvy with like making my own cards. This was just easier and I just worked it into the price. So I got a set for her and then I got a set for myself. So I'm going to show you my cards and her cards and what they look like. I won't be able to show you all the pieces. I can do like a little photo collage. Like I'll insert all the pictures of what I made for her after this clip, and then you could see what I made. I made some really, really pretty like cups and necklaces and one ring. What is this? Okay, this is mine. All right, I'll show you mine first. Okay, so as you know, I've shown Moo. I think almost every vlog I show my Moo cards that I receive, so this is nothing really too new. So these are the Moo cards I created for the bridal party. Now, if the camera's shaking a little bit, it's because I have to hold it on this angle. So this is the total collection of 9 pieces. Each one is individualized for the girl that she was giving it to. You know, we discussed favorite colors and different things like that and what they would actually wear. So these are the pieces we decided upon and I created. And this is not what they're wearing for the actual wedding day. It's just a gift that she's giving them for going to her wedding because she's having a destination wedding. So I have that labradorite ring on the right bottom corner. And then I have that starfish necklace with the stone on stone, but more like metal on metal design. Then I have the labradorite rose cut trillion. I have this beautiful pre-night cuff. And that one is a jade, and that one has a star and moon. It's the only oxidized one we did. That is a turquoise cuff, a rose quartz cuff. Then I have a blue chalcedony necklace and another labradorite necklace. So those are the 9-piece collection that we did for her. And then also on the back, it just has like a little thank you note to her bridesmaids. Really nice personalized way. So in each box, when I package these up, I'm not gonna be able to show them because everything's finished and polished and I don't want to get any additional fingerprints on stuff. So that's why I'm showing you the cards. And each box is gonna go with the coordinating piece. This, the little note,
my business card, my care card, and I bought these really cute little like brown bags that I could slip all of this into, and it'll go inside the box, so this way each girl has like a little care package. I will show you the cards in a second. I have to go into my car and go get them. So these are the Moo cards that I just got in. I figured it'd be easier if I just kind of placed them down and then showed you. I did a turquoise cuff, and this is the only one that I used picture-wise from the bridal order that I did because I just really loved this picture. So I did a turquoise cuff. I did those abalone shell ring and cuff. I did these little moon crescent earrings, opal lapis, and the smoky quartz ring. Then I did this man in the moonstone, labradorite, some moons, and fire opal. I really like these combo shots because I feel like you're giving the customer a chance to see products they might not have viewed on your website, because let's be real, most people aren't looking at every page, and I just feel like it's a really good way to entice them to purchase more. Plus, with the coupon code on the back, I really like this form of advertising to a repeat buyer. And these are just the little simple gallery bezels. And those are the cards that I got for myself and my business and my customers. So these are those paper bags I was talking about that I'm going to be putting all of the care card information for that bridal party order. And really cute, just kind of like craft paper. I'm going to probably stamp these, fold them over, and just put a piece of tape on it. I might even incorporate these into my own packaging. We'll see, not too sure yet. Okay, so I have a few projects that I'm working on right now. I'm probably going to finish most of this today. I'm hoping to ship it out by tomorrow. And I have this gorgeous Boulder Opal, really pretty, like purpley blue. And this is the setting that I created with. And then I started using this new thicker band. I usually was using I think it was like a 5 by 2.5. It was a nice thick size, but this one's a 6mm. It's just really buttery and nice. It's a half round. So I'm probably going to add maybe something on the back. I'm not really sure yet. Working on a gray man in the moonstone. Also a lapis. Another man in the moonstone, rainbow flash. I have to order more of these stones. I'm running really low. Another man in the moonstone. This is more of a blue flash. And then I'm going to be adding this new aquamarine to my line. I've had these for like a year or two, and I have like 4 of them, so they're going to be made to order. And then I'm using this nice floral wire for that. And then I have a couple of post earrings that I'm working on and stacking rings. So I'm going to get this finished up today. I want to add some stuff on my vintage site, but it's such a not priority right this second, even though I should make it one. Yeah, so that's what's going on now. And I'll get back to you guys when I have something more value to add. So my bench is kind of messy right now. My hands are just like so raw and filthy because I've been sanding and just doing the preliminary work with my polishing. So this is the finished 5mm. Oh God, I was gonna say if I just dropped that and lost it, I'd die. It's the 5mm cup casting that I'm gonna be doing. I added a little sprue on the end. 2 things, you can, let's say you send this out for casting. With the metal, they'll end up making a sprue, and they'll put it in a spot where you might not want it, so I put the sprue on the bottom. A couple of reasons. When I have to sand these down for like a post earring, it really does a number on my hands when I'm constantly sanding little cups, and it takes a long time. So I figured I'd give the sprue enough length that I could hold it and use my large polishing machine to like grind this down. So that'll be great for that. I actually have already set 2 rings because I didn't need to tumble these. I just didn't, I didn't need the inside shiny for this. And this is the man in the moonstone. It's not polished yet. I'm just cleaning it up. That's why there's all this dust marks on it. But I'm just going to polish that next. So that's all set. I am absolutely in love with this aquamarine. It is so beautiful. I actually did use a foil back lining because a lot of the times, it will get very dull, and tarnish underneath there. So I just used some foil. But if you're going to do that, you need to make sure that this is seal tight,
because otherwise you're going to get something seeping down in there and it could get corroded and things like that. So you can also use, I think, Mylar, and there's a bunch of different things that you can use to give that foily, shiny underneath setting. I still haven't set this one yet. I still have to clean it up just a little bit, but it's pretty much almost done. And this is just so luxurious. This is a 24 gauge bezel, really nice thick metal. Look at that. Oh, I cannot wait to set it. I gotta bring it down just a little bit maybe on this edge. I think it might even be okay. And I just need to set it. This is a really nice ring. Look at that. So it's nice and big, but you see the shank? That is not a small shank by any means. This is a nice, thick, half round shank. Really, really nice. I mean, when you feel this on your hand, it doesn't feel cheap. I cannot grasp using something like this for such a big stone. Now, in theory, this looks almost as thick, but the metal is much thinner. It's a big difference weight-wise. It really balances the stone. If you use something smaller like this or thinner, it really doesn't balance out the weight of the stone on top, so it's a bit top heavy. This really makes it sit nice and it doesn't move. I have a couple of other things that are going in the tumbler, which are going to be like the Man in the Moonstone stuff and my post earrings. Okay, so I had a pretty big disaster 2 days ago. I went to go set this gorgeous Boulder Opal ring that I had finished, and I used 24 gauge, which I do use a lot. I use it with labradorites, but because this stone is so flat, you need to apply pressure straight down, and it needed quite a bit of pressure. And it hit a soft spot in the opal and it cracked it. I knew it was a possibility and I was like, oh, when it happened, it hasn't happened in a while. Always hurts just as much as the first time. So it cracked right down here. I was devastated because a lot of silver, it was a lot of labor. Right now it has a lot of fingerprints on it, but I'm going to be polishing it up because I put it on my Instagram. I did not really want to keep it. It's just not really my size and I don't need it. I'd rather make the sale off of something that I did work hard for. So I ended up selling it. This would have retailed probably like $280-ish because it's a huge Boulder Opal. It's a lot of silver and it's a beautiful stone and it took quite a bit of time. So I sold it for $70. But I'm happy to sell it rather than it just sit around and be mine. If I want to make myself a ring, I can. I don't want to keep this. This is what I wanted for somebody else. She didn't mind that there was a crack in it, so I sold it for a deep, deep discounted price, and I still made the sale, which I was happy about. And I also did like a little, my little Instagram steal deals. And I did this little guy because I've just been sitting on it. It was a prototype to take pictures of. And it was time to get rid of it, and I didn't have it on my website anymore, so I sold that guy. And I made a brand new necklace, which looks like this. Oh, I love it. It's dumbbells. I can make it with the loop on the top if that was preferred, but I thought this was so cute for people that love to work out. It's all recycled silver, and I just was really, really pleased with it. It's going to come on a ball chain, though. I might give an option for this Rolo chain. I wanted to wear this because I'm keeping the prototype. So, this one is mine, but I just thought this was adorable, and I sell the kettlebell necklace, and I also have the ohm, so there's something for everybody. Like if you're a yogi, I have the ohm, I have the kettlebells if you're into like CrossFit, and even the barbells if you just work out or into CrossFit or whatever. So I'm pretty excited about this piece. I might eventually cast this, and make a mold, but as of right now, I'm not going to do that. Now, I have a couple projects on the bench, a lot of small stones. I have this little labradorite guy that I put on sale. I have a Man in the Moonstone and a fire opal, and just a faceted rainbow moonstone will go in here. So this is kind of everything that's happening on my bench right now. I'm getting prepared to go away, so I want to have everything done that's on order as of now. I'm going to be adding this awesome aquamarine. I just have to finish polishing it. I'm going to add some black to this so it brings out that gorgeous floral band, but look at this. This is an intense aquamarine. That is huge. These are beautiful stones. I think I have only about 3 in stock, and then that will be gone. I made this as well. I think I might have showed this in another clip, but I love that gray Man in the Moonstone. And then I have this lapis, and this was a thank you gift for somebody. So all of these on deck. I'm going to start these projects, finish them up today. And I did finish my little casting of my cup. I just need to now cast this. I have to lower the wall a little bit. It's a bit high. And yeah, I'm a little tired. A lot of talking this morning. So I think that's it for right now.
Hey guys, so I'm going to talk about two things. I'm going to talk about Etsy Wholesale and the boho summer loop giveaway that I did. I'm outside right now. I just felt like filming outside. My neighbors probably think I'm so weird talking to my camera, but I don't really care. So a couple things. I did a boho loop giveaway. Now I did it with I think about 16 or 17 different shops, and I had never done a loop giveaway before. And basically the premise of the giveaway is each individual shop gives away their own item. Now, what you have to do, there's a list of rules. Each shop gives away their own item, but you have to follow all 17 shops or 10 shops that are participating in the loop giveaway. So I gave away a ring, and in my description under the rules, they had to go and follow the next person in the loop. So let's say it was at Run With The Tribe. I forget who it was. I think that's the name of the shop. They would go to at Run With The Tribe, like follow them. If they wanted to enter, they would comment into their, comment section, and then they would have to go and follow the loop. Under her photo, it would say at Iraq Jewelry. So then they would go to Iraq Jewelry and do the same, like and follow them. So it keeps going on until they get back to me, and then they've completed the contest, meaning they've entered in the ones that they want to win. They would comment, tag a friend, and they have liked and followed to participate in the actual contest. So that was a really exciting thing. I didn't know how it was going to go. I think a lot of rules puts off people, personally. I think the more rules that you give them, the less that they're going to want to actually do, just because who has really a lot of time to do that? So anyways, it ended up being, I think I gained about 400 to 500 followers from the contest, so overall I think that's a pretty successful contest. And it was just, constant, like flood of followers, because we reposted it about 2 to 3 times, I think. But the contest ran a bit long. It was 2 weeks. I think that we would cut it down to like a week and a half or a week next time, because it just gets very drawn out for both the shops and the followers. I think after like the 3rd post, you started losing more. So if you can find quality shops and also a variety of shops, then definitely participate in one. But it has to be people that have not enough following. Like there was a few that only had a couple hundred. Most of us had a few thousand, and some had like 18,000 or more. So you definitely want a variety. You don't need people that have huge accounts, but you can't use you can use some smaller accounts, but I think it would benefit you more if you did it with larger following or mid-range followers, and you can have a few people that need to bump up that are looking to grow their Instagram. So that was my experience with it. I had a great time. I would probably do it again. I don't know if I'm going to do it again soon, but because I get pretty successful results from doing my own contests. Now, the next thing I wanted to talk about was Etsy Wholesale. I mentioned it earlier in the video. So I figured I'd take my glasses off. As for Etsy Wholesale, I applied. I mentioned it. It's $100. I haven't gotten any sales particularly from Etsy Wholesale just yet. I think that my line needs to be refined a bit more. I think you definitely need to have a very cohesive collection and also offer what you're offering in multiple sizes and stones. I only have about 40 pieces on there, but I'm trying to bring traffic from the outside into it. So they'll give you like a link, and I'm going to show you this later. They give you a link that you can share with any buyer that you want. So you can give a retailer, hey, here's my link, you could check out my virtual line sheet. It only gives them access to it, whoever you decide to share it to, so the general public or other jewelers that are on Etsy Wholesale can't actually see your pricing and whatnot. They could just see like the basics, the description, the pictures, but they can't see any of the wholesale pricing and retail pricing. I'll kind of update you more as I go, but I'm going to give you a little bit of a tour of the site so you can see what it looks like, and you'll get a better idea of if you were interested in going the wholesale route. I don't think my line is completely geared for wholesale, but I did manage to land an account locally here. So, and I have a Columbus, Ohio account that's on consignment, and I have another account close to me that is also on consignment. So I'm looking to kind of branch out, and I'll kind of update you, like I said, more as I dip my feet into this and figure out more of the wholesale aspect. I understand wholesale, and I actually get what I need to do to make mine more approachable. But I also think it's a weird time because the woman that is going to be wholesaling my jewelry locally or at the shop, she's not buying till September. We're meeting like the first week of September because they're not gonna, July and August are pretty slow months retail wise. So we're gonna wait until really, the Christmas season starts coming up, which is September. It takes me 2 to 4 weeks to make the product. That's my lead time. Obviously, everybody else's is different. So I'll kind of, like I said, tell you what's going on from there. But I definitely am very happy with the overall layout. The site is not completely, I think it's not in beta anymore, but it's definitely being improved daily. There's like no stats. You can't figure out how many people are viewing your shop a day, so that's a little bit tricky. But other than that, I'm very pleased with it, and I think it's a great tool. I do have a line sheet that I started on Brand Boom. They give you about 50 products for free that you can do in a line sheet. Only thing is it's a lot more tedious because I have to individually upload each listing, and they also give you a max 50 listings. And not only that, but it's a little bit cooler though because you can share a PDF, and I'll show you that as well. So if you wanted to email a buyer or print it out, it looks a little bit more professional and like a regular line sheet than the Etsy wholesale. I'm hoping that eventually they'll come out with some type of PDF version so that this way you can actually share it with people, or like print it out and it looks like a regular line sheet. But Brand Boom is very expensive, so if you want to have more than 50 products, it's like $50 a month. It's not something I'm really willing to spend at this point of the game. Okay, so as many of you know, this is the home page of your Etsy store. Looks probably pretty familiar. Now, when you decide to sign up for a wholesale account, when you get approved, you go to, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit. It's going to be a little difficult for me to film this. So when you want to go to your wholesale account, you go to your little, U area, you click, and you're going to go to wholesale. So this is the main page of Etsy Wholesale. Looks very familiar, looks very similar, I should say, to regular Etsy. Obviously up top it says Etsy Wholesale. It has your categories, which they kind of rid from the main page on the regular Etsy shop. And you'll find like some fresh finds and things like that. So these are all things that are offered wholesale. And you can browse, obviously, the categories. But let's talk about the line sheet. So if you go to you're going to see a little bit more of a different options than you would on your regular Etsy. It says conversations. That will bring you back to your retail conversations because I think all of your conversations go to the same inbox. It says view your line sheet. You can add new items, listing manager, line sheet organizer, shop payment, pretty much the same thing. So you can go back to retail as well down here. So let's go to view your line sheet. This is what your line sheet would look like if you decide to sign up and get approved. So it says line sheet, your profile. Oh, would you look at that? I'm wearing the same shirt I'm always wearing. And just kind of gives, like your About Me page. Just some looks. I don't really have particularly the pictures I want on here, but I figured it's enough. So it just tells you a little about your story, when you're established, your company size, your production type, your production country, and your category. Also, you can list your regular website and your Facebook, which is interesting because Etsy, I don't believe they allow you to list your regular website on your shop. So, and they also have your location. Then you can go to policies, and this is all about your wholesale policies, which is obviously going to be different than your retail. You would obviously put them as whatever it is that, your policies would be for wholesale. I'm still going to be tweaking mine, definitely, your minimums and things like that. So let's view the line sheet again. So the line sheet basically looks very similar to a regular Etsy store. Let's zoom in a little bit. As you can see, and I don't mind if you guys see the prices because they're half of my retail, which is what they should be. So let's say for instance, this ring. What I think I need to do is offer this in like 8 different colors. To me, that's what really wholesale is about. It makes it a little bit more interesting and appealing to a buyer because they have a lot of options that they can order from. But I can make it, you know, if I establish a connection with somebody, I can definitely say to them, hey, I can make this in pretty much whatever stone that you're looking for. And that's what I've been doing with anybody local, or what I will be doing more with people that are local. So let's say we click on this. The listing looks almost identical, like everything else almost. And it, you know, has, you know, your picture, your title, pricing, and this is what's a little bit interesting and I really like. So it has how much they'll pay and how much the retail is, the minimum quantity that they can order. Now you can also set it up that they only have to order one quantity, and you can just meet your minimum price that like let's say your minimum is $350, then you can only put one if you prefer. The reason I put like at least like a 4 quantity or 3 quantities because it doesn't pay for me to bring in stones if I'm only buying 1 or 2 sometimes. So you know, they can select the sizes. I only offer like 5 whole sizes in my wholesale line. I think it's just too much offering every size available. You know, your descriptions, and that's pretty much it. I mean, and you could put your SKU number, which is great. So this way you can keep track with inventory and stuff like that. But overall, this is what it looks like. You can organize it as you please, to just like you can organize your regular Etsy store. And the categories are a little different because they're up top instead of on the side. So this is what it looks like. I think it's a really nice look. I wouldn't even mind my regular Etsy store looking like this. Personally, I know some people would probably differ. A lot of people hate when they change stuff, but I don't really mind if it's for the better. So you can organize your line sheet up top here, and you can change the position, which means what page that they'll land on, what, you know, area in the page that they'll be. You can add, you know, up to 8 collections. Over here, let me see if I can, there we go. Up to 8 collections. Right now I only have, I think, about 4. And let's see, you can hide your line sheet if you decide you want to take it off for a little bit. And right here, this is the share with buyers. So if I decided I want to share it, it's going to pop up a link that you can share with other retailers. Now, let's say you want to see the listing manager. Okay, now if you click on the listing manager, this is going to bring you back to your regular Etsy store. If you want to only view your wholesale items, it'll bring all my wholesale items up. Or if you want to bring your retail items only, or both. It's pretty cool how this site works, and I'll definitely like do some more videos on this if you guys are interested as I get more familiar, as things get updated, and just, you know, my experience overall. So I wanted to show you that, and let's get back to some jewelry. So I'm going to add these little baby white moonstones to my shop. I'm going to be doing another one of these cups, if you remember. I wear this one every single day. Super comfortable. You do have to, you know, make sure that it's tightened. Otherwise, it's something that could potentially, I guess, fall off, but I've worn this thing so many times, and if I get it like caught on something, then it'll open up a bit. But for the most part, and I'm really rough with my jewelry, this has been awesome, and I get a lot of compliments on it, and it looks great, and I can wear it like every day, even with like workout clothes, because it just isn't too much jewelry, which is the kind of jewelry I like. So I'm going to create that using an 8-gauge half-round wire, and pretty much what I do for these, I forgot to get these dead soft, the wire. Let me zoom out a bit. I forgot to get this dead soft, so it's a bit stiff for my liking, but I can work with it because I'll just anneal it. But for right now, I don't really need to anneal it to just cut it. So when I'm trying to work with metal that I just got, I always like to cut off the end a bit. It's always a bit rough, and I just kind of file it. And this is just going to give me a nice straight line, so when I want to cut, at least I can get as much material out of it as I can, if that makes any sense. So we're going to measure out 6 inches of material for this cuff. I'm just going to mark it with my Sharpie, and then I'm going to cut this, and then I'll show you guys how I kind of form these cuffs. I don't show this so you guys, or anybody, you know, particularly copies like a design that I'm making. I'm just kind of showing you how I do something. Now, as I stated before, I normally don't have to anneal something like this because I usually buy this in dead soft because I'm going to be forming it anyways, whether it be in a ring shank or, you know, a bracelet cuff or whatever have you. Usually I like things to be dead soft. It's just much easier to work with. It's less fussy, so I'm just going to take this and anneal it. I really like 8 gauge half round. I find it to be a really nice size for both rings and like a smaller cuff. You have to be careful with how you choose, I think, your bands, especially for rings. You don't want a substantial stone on a really small band. It's just not going to work, I think. I mean, as far as functionality goes, it tends to, you know, if you have a really big stone, it'll be very top heavy, and it just looks awkward. You really want to kind of think about what kind of bands you put with certain designs. I know that I've made stuff that I'm like, oh man, you know, I should have used this, and then you don't. And that's okay too. So that's annealed. I'm going to throw it in the pickle, and then I'll show you guys the rest. So what you could do is you can find the center by one of 2 ways. You can use digital calibers, or since this is a really large piece, I'm just going to use my ruler. And let's see, it's 6 inches, so the middle will obviously be 3. I just need a roundabout, so this way I know where to start forming it on the mandrel. I'm going to take the mandrel, and I'm just going to line up that middle with the middle of the mandrel. And I'm just going to wrap this around, as you can see. Probably be a little bit hard to see, but you just wrap it around, really basic. So as you can see now, you have like a nice bracelet shape. I'm going to now kind of just form how I want the bracelet to sit. You're going to do more forming later on, so I don't get too crazy right now. I'm going to take a pair of pliers, and I'm just going to bend the very ends of these upwards, just like so. You can see that? Alright. Like I said again, I'm not really too concerned with the shape of this bracelet, so I'm just going to bend it up. Now, at this point, I'm just going to try to get how I want these to sit. So I'm going to kind of just manipulate them till they stand straight up. So as you can see, the cuff is not really at the shape that I would necessarily want in the end, but it has a general shape, and I really just want this top to be where I need it to be because I'm going to be adding these cuffs. So if I started this right now, this would sit a bit higher than I'd want it to be. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take a little bit of metal from each side. Not too much, just, you know, you can always take away, you can't add more. Just making little black Sharpies where I'm going to cut. So I'm going to take my saw, which I actually need to reload a blade because I broke it. And I generally use this size blade, which is a 3/0 for everything that I use. It doesn't work with everything, you know, with like really thick metal, but for the most part, this is what the blade of choice. So now I'm just going to cut that little piece off. Go on the other side and do the same. That looks about good. So now I'm going to have to refile anyways. So sometimes you do double the filing, sometimes you don't have to, but in this case I will. So at this point, I've filed both ends, and I can actually go ahead and solder the cups. And I already made these cups beforehand, so I'm just going to go ahead and solder these cups on, and I still have to finish and form and all that kind of stuff. But I just wanted to show you the basic kind of overlay of how I start this kind of a cuff. Hey guys, so it's been a couple days since I filmed because I went away this past weekend. I went down to West Palm Beach, Florida, and I had a bachelorette party to go to, which was a lot of fun, very relaxing. Although it did rain like most of the time, we had like patches of sun. It was really nice. I collected a bunch of shells that I got, and I'll insert a picture now. I posted it on my Instagram. I'm going to be casting some of the coral branches that I found, and I also want to cast like the really mini shells that I found. I don't really have a good picture of the mini shells in this photo that I'll insert, but you'll get a good idea. So that was really good. August is going to be a busy month for me. I'm prepping for my best friend's wedding, as well as going to another wedding. My boyfriend's in a bridal party as well. So that's going on. I wanted to show you, I got new boxes in. Now, I don't know if you guys remember, but I have shown my other previous boxes before. This is, I don't know if I bought this from the same seller. I'm pretty sure I got these on eBay. I wanted to get them on Amazon Prime because I have a Prime membership and you get 2 free day shipping. I'm sorry, you get free 2-day shipping. So I ended up not being able to get them there, but I did get them on eBay. I'll link the seller. And I'm going to show you the difference. These are, I think, 5 by 4 by 3. I gotta check, or 5 by 4 by 2, I think. But these are pretty tiny, as you can see. These are significantly smaller. The other ones I got were 6 by 4 by 4. So it was a very deep box, but it was too deep. I was wasting a lot of packing material. So I think I need something just a tiny bit bigger than this. I do like the dimensions of 6 because I don't feel like the box is getting stuffed in there. So I might do like a 6 by 4 by 2 or 6 by 4 by 3, or maybe even a 5 by, I don't know which one dimensions I'm going to do just yet. But for right now, these do work out pretty well. I think I'm going to continue to buy these for like my $50 and under packages, so I don't have to use as much packing material. But I do like boxes over bubble mailers. I do bubble mailers when I'm doing like free shipping, or if I use my vintage line. So that's that. And what else is going on? I have a bunch of projects on the bench, and I have been filming a tutorial. And the tutorial, I'm realizing why I don't film them is because it takes a lot of work to set up angles and things like that I'm not really necessarily prepared for with my tripod setup. So I'm trying the best I can to finish filming that, along with finish filming this one. And I felt like I had something else to say. Let's just get straight back to jewelry. So I got a bunch of new lapis in, and I'm going to be doing a custom order with one of these larger stones. This is the first one I got. I'm doing a barter with a girl that I know. This is the second lapis. These are all locally cut by one of my stone cutters. I think I might have shown stones from him before. And this gorgeous lapis, I love this. It has this nice gray, blue, and pyrite flecks. It's probably hard to see the pyrite in these. And this is the last one I got. So these are all the stones, and I'll probably be putting these on my Instagram today. And here's that gorgeous cuff that I finished that I was showing earlier. So that's the final product, and I'm going to be doing a giveaway probably when I reach about 1,000 subscribers. So I don't know what I'm going to give away yet, if I'm going to give away supplies or jewelry. Let me know below what you guys are interested in. If I give away supplies, it's probably going to be like vintage supplies and things like that, maybe a few cabochons. But let me know what you guys are interested in. I'll be sure to give away, what you guys are actually interested in, and what my subscribers are looking for. This is a red alunite that I also finished. This is a size 9.5. It's going to go in the shop. And then this is the last ring, which is a gorgeous aquamarine. Huge and a really thick band. She chose this band. This isn't the band that it normally comes with. I do it in a floral or a half round, just not a half round as large as this normally. Hey guys, so I just wanted to share a t-shirt that I just got in from a fellow artist. So I had seen this graphic probably in like the last year. He is a graphic designer of some sort, and I really liked this particular one because it applied to what I do for a living. And I saw that he was like doing a pre-order for t-shirts, because I guess maybe one other time he might have made t-shirts for this specific t-shirt that I bought, or design I should say. And I decided to go ahead and pre-order one, and it shipped like a couple of weeks after I ordered it, because they were only producing the amount that were actually ordered. And then I don't know if he's going to release the design again, but if you are interested, I would follow him on Instagram, because he'll probably put the information there, and this way you can order it if it does get released. But he has other cool stuff that he puts into production on, like I think maybe bags and t-shirts and sweatshirts and stuff like that. So this is the t-shirt that I got, and I put it on my Instagram. If you haven't already seen it, it says, "The future belongs to the few of us still willing to get our hands dirty." And I just thought this was super cute and clever. They had it in black, they had it in gray, all sorts of colors. So I'm really happy I picked that up. And again, if you want to follow his account, I'll link it below. So yeah, I love this purchase. And I also got some stuff in from Rio Grande, but nothing like crazy exciting. So I'm going to just like zip through this really quickly. So I got some little buffing wheels for my ZAM. These are the ones I like to use. And I also got an order of 4 more ribbons in. And I really like this ribbon because it's not too thin, it's easy to tie, and it's satin on both sides, and it just matches my packaging perfectly because I have black and white stuff, as you guys know. And this item number is 318/39 if you're interested in that. I also wanted to try a more eco-friendly pickle, but Rio doesn't sell it, and I got water into my pickle, so I had to order it sooner than I wanted to, and I needed 2-day shipping. So I did refill on my regular Rio pickle. So once I go through this, which will take me a little bit, I will order something different and update you guys. So, sorry, my phone was just ringing. And then I only got a few metal things in. I'm waiting for a bigger metal order from Hoover & Strong, which will probably come in by Friday. Or no. Friday? No, probably come in Monday. I'm not really too sure. I forget when I ordered it. But I wanted to show you guys this Rolo chain because I've shown the thicker one that I've bought from Rio Grande, and that stuff is awesome. But if you want something more like everyday for smaller pendants, this chain is really, really nice. I only buy a little at a time because I only use it for right now for one project that I'm working on. But this is the item number if you're interested. I don't know if you could see it. It's a bit bright today, but I can also link it below for you guys. And I really like this beaded wire. That's the item number for that. And it's nice and thick, this one. So if you're looking for, oh my God, I made a really inappropriate ring and I wasn't gonna put it on my regular Instagram. And all right, I'm gonna give you guys a little backstory. So I was at my bench, I had a really productive day yesterday, and I don't know, I just felt like being creative and I didn't wanna make something for my shop. And I have a very inappropriate, perverted sense of humor. So I decided to make a cock ring, and this is it. It's totally inappropriate. I don't even know if I'm gonna put this in my video. I haven't decided yet. But isn't it so funny? I actually got an order from one of my friends that is going to buy one from me. I was gonna put it on my regular Instagram, but I don't want to offend anybody, and I don't want to offend my customers, because I understand not everybody thinks, you know, silly, stupid shit is funny, but I do in my real personal life. So once in a while, I don't mind. I mean, I'm sharing it at my YouTube, so I suppose I could share it anywhere. But anyways, sorry if I offended anybody. Not sorry. Yeah, that's all I got from Rio Grande, so nothing too crazy. And I also had to go to Best Buy this morning. Where is that thing? So when I went to Best Buy this morning, I got an Insignia, I could see it, there you go, wireless remote shutter controller. And this is really great if you're someone that takes your own photos, such as I, and you want to do your own modeling shots, or you want to just do like a fashion blog post, or you want to take pictures of an earring. Now, it's really hard to hold a heavy camera if you have like a DSLR. I can't hold the camera and get like a steady shot. And even if it's on a tripod and you put on like a 10-second delay, you can't get the focus right. It's just a pain in the ass. So I totally recommend it. It looks like this, and it's super compact, really nice, and it's 20 bucks. I got it at Best Buy. I'm sure you can get it other places. Came with the battery. So that's that. And I think that's really all I have to say right now. Yeah, that's all I gotta say.